Hello. This is just going to be a little update on the channel because I am planning to take July off because I have a lot of projects to work on, and one of them you're looking at. Let's turn the light on. It's just going to be a brief one and a little update on what's going on with the channel for the month of July and throughout the rest of the year. I am actually working on some projects that I do not want to turn into content, so that means I'm not making content. And I usually take July off anyway because it's my birthday month. But I just want to let you know what I'm doing because pretty soon I'm going to be shooting in a whole new space. I'm just giving you a little peek today because it's really unfinished, but this is the space that has been known as the Lady Cave for 8 years now is when I started this project. Why did it take so long? Well, let me tell you. First of all, building construction, building things takes money and time, and those are precious resources. Also, when you don't have enough, like a full amount of skill to complete a whole big space, things take time, and anxiety keeps you from finishing projects, and now it's come to a head and it has to be done because it has to be done because I've literally been waiting for it to be done for 8 years. And then people might want to know, like, why didn't you do it during COVID all that time? And I actually worked all through COVID. I never had any time off. I was one of the people who just had to keep on trucking. So I didn't have time to finish it then. But now I'm really motivated to finish it. And I have a whole bunch of projects that I want to do in that new shooting space. Everything from making a recipe for my grandma's soap that I have all the ingredients for now, as well as a whole bunch of other projects. Plus, once I get it mudded and taped and finished and painted, then I'm going to start decorating it and appointing it, and then I'll be starting to make videos on that stuff because I have a lot of fun ideas for ways that I can display some of my things and store some of my things. And then in addition to that, it's summer, so I have been gardening, and it has been a challenge because this is my second year container gardening, and it's been very hot very fast, which causes some issues. And then I started seeds in the spring and those died due to excessive heat. Then also one of my cats crawled into the structure and laid on a bunch of my seedlings. So I did the thing I always do, and I had to buy plants that were already grown a bit. But also I did this thing where I just threw some of the seeds into my silicone seed containers and just put them outside to see what happened. And I was more successful starting those seeds than I was starting them in a structure inside that had heat mats and lighting. So I guess lesson learned. Also, the other problem with starting them the way I did is I switched to steel and galvanized little starter pots this year to start the seeds. One thing I probably should have realized is that metal heats up faster, and therefore the moisture and the water you put in there evaporates faster. And so I think another part of the problem with my seed starting was that they dried out way too fast, and I couldn't keep up with putting enough moisture in there. And so that's lesson learned, and one that I'll take into next year. But I'll just show you some of my plants. This is my thyme purchased. This, I can't remember what it is. I have a super bad habit of starting seeds and thinking I'm going to remember what I put into containers, and then I forget, and then I just have mystery things. So I think this is probably a lettuce of some sort, or maybe a broccoli. And then this is chocolate mint, which today I'm going to be making into ice cream by steeping it into some hot milk and then turning it into a custard and then churning it. And this is one of the tomato plants, two of the tomato plants I started. They're not very big, but it might work out. The weather is so different compared to what it used to be And once I have the lady cave completed, I can pull these guys into the room when it starts getting cold and extend their life that way. Last year I was so late starting plants that I had to ripen most of my tomatoes on the counter, in the kitchen, all the way into like November. So that wasn't cool. And then I have got more of these. This one seems to be dying. More lettucey. I think this actually is a weed, but it's hard to tell when they're seedlings. And then we've got basil, a Mr. Stripey heirloom tomato plant. And then we've got these two guys over here. This is a little makeshift deck I built just this spring. It's not great, but I'm actually planning to rebuild my whole entire house. Not me personally, I've got a contractor. In a couple years, so anything I'm doing to the property right now is just sort of temporary structures and stuff, because it's all going to be ripped out anyway. And I needed to get my barbecue grill and my smoker up off the dirt, so that's what that's about. Anyway, these are two mystery tomato plants that I think I started from seed. I can't remember that one. And then we've got possibly a pepper plant, possibly pepper plants, another one of those lettucey things. And yeah, this is a weed, so we'll just be taking that out, and that looks like a baby pepper, so we'll see what happens with that. And then these guys on the ground, and then this is my big boy hybrid tomato. You can see up in here, he's got some blossoms starting already. And then back here is two more randomly started pepper plants. I don't know what kind they are. This is a German Queen heirloom tomato plant, and she just started getting flowers yesterday or so. These guys are looking pretty sad. I'm gonna have to repot these ones. I don't know what they are either. This one, also don't know what it is, but look at all those flowers. I think that these ones are actually like cherry baby tomatoes. So up here, I think one of these are dying already. I think these are weeds probably, but I do know that this is either a shallot or an onion. This are red kitten lettuce that's gone to seed before it's gotten very big. You can see all those fuzzy bits. So I'm gonna have to eat that this weekend. And two pepper plants. This guy has a flower already, and he is a serrano hot pepper. And this one, you can see sort of the flower buds starting in there, so that's cool. And then we've got this menagerie. These are some flowers, none of which I was able to start from seed this year, so they're all purchased. And the lilies, because lilies are one of my very favorite flowers. You can see all of these squashes, and I don't know what these squashes are either, actually. And some hollyhocks that I bought, and a hosta that is now dried up. My garden cats. I started some pansies that died off real fast. Can't remember what those are called. I don't know what that is or where it came from, but there's a whole bunch of them. And obviously I should probably start labeling things because it's getting confusing. Another beautiful hollyhock squash plant. Some of these are patty pans. Some of them are, like this one is something called a cha-cha. That one I did label. Oh look, there's a mushroom in there. Hello, Mr. Mushroom. Hello. I'm not gonna eat you because you might be poisonous. I'm gonna grow some of you someday. Just like some of the seeds came out of the pots, mostly because I have a lot of squirrels and chipmunks who like to dig in my stuff and take seeds out and scatter them, in addition to taking these out and a lot of this stuff that's growing here is going to be sunflowers grown by wild animals, because they're the ones who have sort of scattered those seeds and started those. I did start some of my own sunflowers yesterday, but they're not going to probably do anything. I was just on a lark. So other than tending to my weird little garden, as soon as the taping and the mudding are complete, because I'm waiting on an electrical inspection, the bottom can't be closed up yet. But yeah, once this is all done, it's gonna be shooting space. I'm very excited. Anyway, that's just an update. I'm mostly taking July off. I'll probably be doing more shorts for July just because those are kind of fun and they're really short and easy to shoot and edit. So there will probably be some shorts, and actually at the end of July I'm taking a trip and I will be doing my first travel vlogging content. So that's going to be interesting also. But the rest of this year is just going to be just kind of projects and random stuff. I am still going to be doing some AI stuff, but nowhere near as much, because doing that ethical AI video, just let's say I haven't even hardly used AI much since, because it was just so exhausting. I'm going to be backing off from so much AI content just because I want to start doing some projects, crafting, sewing, painting, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that is just an update for, I guess, what's going to be the month of July. Keep an eye out for some shorts. Keep an eye out at the end of July when I do some travelogue stuff from a fringe festival. And if you don't know what a fringe festival is, it's a, how do you describe a fringe festival? It's like a festival with a bunch of tiny little 45-minute to an hour plays put on by independent theater groups from all over the world. I used to go to it every summer before COVID hit, and this will be my first summer back. So I'm very excited to see what new plays and skits and comedy shows and all the other kind of content that they make for that event. Very excited to go see it. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful July. I'll see you later.